All right. Hope everybody out there in Facebook land is joining us. I'm excited to talk about this topic. One of the reasons I am excited is because I know how awesome the Young Living products can be for supporting our immune system. I am also going to talk a little bit about some lifestyle things that I think all of us should be paying attention to in this season that we're in. So I'm going to get started. I don't know if anybody's trying to get in. I won't be able to know, I don't think. Wait, I can't even open chat.
Robin, that's so weird that there's only the three of us on.
I don't know.
Whatever, we're going to go with it.
Yep. Anybody can watch us live. We'll have the recording. All right, here we go. All right, so when we talk about the immune system, people need to really know what the immune system actually is. And it is a network of cells and tissues and organs in our body that help us to fight off foreign invaders. So things come at us, and it's kind of gross talk, but it's what we do. It can go in your eyes, up your nose, in your mouth, through your skin. Pretty much any orifice, you can get a foreign invader, whether it be a virus, bacteria, fungus, worms. That's the one that's gross. And so our bodies need a system to stop those foreign invaders from attacking us. So that is what the immune system is. And I like to keep it super simple because we could get super sciencey, but then nobody understands what I'm saying. And I couldn't decide which picture I like, so I just left them both in there.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the things that the immune system does for us, the foreign invaders come in and the system has to communicate to all the cells what's actually coming at it. It kills those foreign invaders. When the stuff comes in, it goes into standby mode. So certain cells are waiting. So it's like you have some of the frontline fighters and then the people in the back that are going to be ready if we need them. It fights worms, like I mentioned. Our immune system creates inflammation in the body, so it kind of sequesters the foreign invaders. And that's why oftentimes when people have autoimmune disorders, they have a lot of inflammation in their body. And just yep.
Dr. Robin, I didn't know that your body creates inflammation to keep it safe.
Yeah, the inflammation is to save your body. It's a safety measure. Yeah. So I'll use the example of autoimmune disorders. That's pretty much when the body thinks that parts of it are not its to self, like it's like a foreign body when it's actually your body, and it actually creates inflammation, and it's because it's attacking itself, and it kind of sequesters everything with that inflammation. And that's why, like, if you cut yourself and it gets infected, it gets super inflamed. It's the body's way of protecting itself, sequestering it, basically. The immune system also activates other cells. It produces antibodies. So when a foreign invader comes into our system, there are cells that recognize it. Then there are cells that try to remember it. So the next time it comes in, and they know exactly what to do, how to kill those infected cells. And decisions have to be made from your immune system. And like I said, it remembers those enemies. It marks them. So for next time, your body has a fighting chance against those. So then we wonder, okay, so what affects our immune system? And we have, the big one is stress. And when we talk about stress, it's not just, emotional stress, it's physical stress, it's chemical stress, and our bodies can't handle it all. So it creates a depression of the immune system. If we are eating lots of processed food, lots of sugar, that also depresses the immune system. So I'm just going to make sure that there's nobody else trying to get in here. Yep, someone else is trying to get in. Here we go. I'm going to try to keep that there if we can. Okay, so how can we superpower our immune system? So I always like to talk about this because people are always thinking that chiropractic is just for neck pain and back pain, but it's really about having a healthy nervous system. So here's your brain. We all have one. We don't always use it, but we all have one. And attached to your brain is your spinal cord. And then coming off the spinal cord are the nerves. And these nerves control everything in your body. So information comes in through your senses, into the nerves, into the spinal cord, up to the brain, and then the brain decides what to do with that information. And it goes back down through the spine, the spinal cord, and out to the body, whether it's how your leg's going to kick, how your heart's going to beat, how your immune system is going to function. So obviously we want to make sure that our nervous system is functioning properly. It gives us a fighting chance to be those, superhumans. So I always recommend that everybody, man, woman, and child, should be seeing a chiropractor, not just for neck pain and back pain, but for having a proper functioning nervous system. So if you are looking for a chiropractor, you want to find a wellness chiropractor who doesn't just focus on neck pain and back pain.
What would we look for, Dr. Robin, in a wellness? How would we know?
Generally, even I can tell by a doctor's website, because if they're talking about, personal injuries and just neck pain and back pain, I know that and there's nothing wrong with those chiropractors. Those, chiropractors are awesome. But more vitalistic chiropractors, they tend to talk about more wellness. You usually see kids, that they see kids. My cat's running around. You see, they have kids on their website. You kind of get an idea that they're more of a wellness chiropractor. Two people are waiting. Admit.
Gosh, I should have known better. I should have known, and I should have been going this whole time to support my immune system. 100%. But I think so many people just assume that you seek chiropractic when you're out of alignment, when you're in pain. And man, I want to give myself a kick in the butt for not going all these years.
Yeah, it's good. We see families, I see babies. Those are my favorite patients. Okay.
I'd like to watch you work on a baby.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And so then we have sleep. Why is sleep important for our immune system? Because when we sleep, that's actually when our body repairs itself from any micro trauma that happens. So if you're bumping into things all day long, your body repairs itself at night. And it's also known that having proper sleep is going to affect those helper cells, those immune helper cells. So lack of sleep actually depresses those helper cells. So that's why it's so important for sleep. And we're going to talk about Immupro in a little bit, and that's a supplement that actually has melatonin in it, which probably is that way. So you actually are getting better sleep when you are under the weather. This one's my favorite. And I just want to make sure nobody's else joining in here. This one is my favorite. Positive mental attitude. So this kind of goes along with the whole stress thing. If we are learning how to manage the stress in our lives, our immune systems are actually going to function better. So I always like to use the example, you have a cup and you have a pitcher of water. The water symbolizes stress. You can pour the water into the cup and eventually it's going to get to the top, right? And if you keep pouring it, it's going to overflow. But if we figure out, I'm not going to use that cup because it has water indentation in it, but if you figure out how to dump that cup so we can keep filling water and dump the cup, keep filling water, because there's no way we can avoid stress. It's inevitable, but we can help ourselves on how we adapt to the stress. So that could be exercise, meditation, using our essential oils, deep breathing, whatever ways that you can manage the stress in your life. So that stress, like I said, can actually dampen those immune helper cells. So we really want to figure out how to manage the stress in our lives. And so one of those ways is exercise. But another reason that exercise is really good for our immune system is that when you are exercising, your heart is pumping faster, right? And so the blood is circulating throughout your body faster. And so it's sweeping those white blood cells, which are helping our immunity, to get through the body. So that's why, regular exercise is really good for your immune system. And then when we talk about nutrition, it's really important to not eat the crap, especially the sugar. So sugar kills T helper cells. So I always, remind people that during this time of year, especially when Halloween comes around, the amount of sugar that is consumed by adults and children is off the charts. And everybody thinks, a couple of weeks after Halloween, everybody's getting sick because the weather's changing. No, it's because everybody ate all that sugar those weeks before. So, it's inevitable that everybody's going to have, look like somebody was trying to get in. Sorry. That you can't say, okay, kids, you can't have any of the sugar, especially during Halloween, but limiting the time frame. So allowing them to have it for like 2 days instead of like weeks after, and maybe trying to figure out things that you can replace it with that, will kind of work. So non-refined sweetened things, like things that are sweetened with dates. There's tons and tons of recipes out there. Good old gut. So the majority of our immune system actually lives in our gut. So we want to populate it with healthy bacteria. And then that's another thing that the sugar does, is it creates not so great bacteria. We all hear about yeast, and the yeast eats the sugar. The more sugar there is, the more yeast there can be. So we really want to try to curb that, but we also want to make sure that we're populating our gut with really good bacteria. And that segues right into some of the amazing Young Living supplements that can actually help support your immune system alongside doing those other activities, lifestyle activities. So Life9 is Young Living's probiotic, and this is actually going to populate that good bacteria in your body. I think everybody should be taking a probiotic regularly. Then multigreens is really good. It populates all the phytonutrients, so all the vitamins and all the good stuff that you get from that you would if you were eating a ton of greens, which even some of us may eat a ton of greens, we may not be getting enough of them. And then our friend Ningxia Red, I'll drink to the Ningxia Red. That's a good game. Like every time someone says Ningxia, you have to drink some.
I have like multiple open bottles because I take it to the gym. I should line them up.
I opened a brand new bottle at the office today, and I took 3 swigs and then put it in the refrigerator. Ningxia Red is Young Living's amazing whole body nutrition drink. I don't know if any of you ever seen that video with the cells. It's pretty amazing. It shows some cells before someone drank Ningxia and then after, and you could see the effect that the Ningxia actually has on those cells, creating healthier cells. And it also has great stuff that can actually support your immune system.
Robin?
Yes.
I think, and I don't know because there's no way I could quantify this, but it's the one thing my kids get every single day, unless we run out, and that doesn't happen very often. It's in the fridge in the bottle, and then they take their 2-ounce sachet to school and lunch in their lunchbox. And knock on wood, my kids have been so healthy over the last couple of years. It's not like they never get sick, because that would be ridiculous. Of course, things are going to happen. But since that became a lifestyle habit for us, they've just been incredibly healthy. And I'm very aware of it because we don't have health insurance. So back in the Navy, when we could go to the doctor anytime we wanted, I didn't think twice about it. But going to the doctor and having to pay, $200-$300, you think twice. Like, is this really something I need to be seen for? And my thought process has changed, because back then I always wanted the doctor to give me something to make me feel better. And that I've shifted in my mentality. But I really truly feel like the one thing that they do every single day is the Ningxia Red. And we do all the things, but that's what we're most consistent with.
Yeah, I think I would admit that I'm the most consistent with the Ningxia also, because I'll forget to take any other supplements, but no matter what, I'm drinking Ningxia. And I think that it's one of those things that, like, it should be in every household. If you can't get anything else, I would get the Ningxia. Maybe the Ningxia and the Life9 for sure. Yeah, so the Mighty Pro is the kid version of the Life9, basically, except it has a prebiotic and the probiotic. So prebiotic is what the probiotic actually feeds on. So it's a great combination. Tastes delicious. And I will admit that I like to take it also. I probably even take it more than the Life9 these days, just because it tastes so good. And and it has Ningxia in it. So you're getting the you're getting a 1-2 punch, and it is wolfberry punch flavor. So I think that that's a great one for kids, and I think that's an easy one to get them to actually take. And you can give kids multigreens, because I'm sure, you know, the majority of kids don't eat enough vegetables. And you can literally put it in a smoothie. You can open up the capsules and throw it in a smoothie.
It tastes so good. I caught my 6-year-old passing out probiotics, like the Mighty Pro, last week to all the kids in the neighborhood. And oh goodness, I had a call coming in. And he likes to take the alkaline and mix it with Crystal Light and feed them. You've got to stop giving the neighborhood kids supplements. Like, let's ask our parents. I mean, it's no harm, right? But my goodness. So that's a testament of how good that Mighty Pro tastes. It tastes like candy.
Yeah, it really does. That's why I like it. It tastes so good. Okay, so since we're talking about the kids, you know, the way everybody lives their lives, not every meal is made from scratch, and people are eating on the run. And so making sure that your kids are getting all the vitamins and minerals that they need by taking some Mighty Vites. And the other thing is that Mightyzyme is an enzyme, and we could talk about this for adults too. It kind of works the same. We have a whole class in Oil Geeks somewhere on all the different enzymes, so you can go back and watch that. But the Mightyzymes are really good for kids, and the enzymes are really good for us, because what happens is it helps the digestive process, but what it really does is help you get more nutrients out of your food. So if you're getting all the nutrients and your body's processing the food properly, all those nutrients are then going to get into your bloodstream, and in effect, it's going to help your immune system. Okay, so now I was going to talk about the oils a little bit later, but here's Thieves anyway, and I have it right in my hand. Thieves is a blend that is known to support the immune system. I think it's the most commonly known Young Living essential oil. It comes in Vitality, so you know that you could take it internally, and I personally take a drop every day. Sometimes it's in my water. Sometimes if I'm making, you know, a shake, I put it in my shake. But to be quite honest, usually it's like a drop right in my mouth. It's just the easiest way. But the roller is great because you can roll it on feet. You can roll it on chest. It really just gets that essential oil into the system and circulating to help support your immune system. And then we have vitamin C. Vitamin C is imperative for the immune system. Your helper cells and your killer cells need vitamin C to function. So without vitamin C, your immune system is, no matter what, is depressed. You can eat an orange, but an orange only has I think it's like 70 milligrams of vitamin C. And you really want quite a bit more than that. You know, I personally take about 1,000 milligrams a day, especially during this time of year. So you really want to try to supplement with vitamin C. That's one of those superpower supplements, which is why they probably called it Super C. It comes in the chewable. It also comes in the tablets. And then we have vitamin D, which is a newer supplement from Young Living. It's a chewable, so it really gets absorbed into your body pretty quickly. And vitamin D is another one of those super vitamins that we need for immune support, because it helps all the reactions of the white blood cells. So without vitamin D, your immune system can really be depressed. And majority of people, especially here in New York, are vitamin D deficient. So we, you know, back in the day, we were working in the fields half naked and we were getting the vitamin D. Now people are putting on sunblock. So even when they're out in the sun, they're not really absorbing the sun to get the proper vitamin D. So vitamin D is super, super important for the immune system, and a whole host of other things, which we'll probably talk about another time. But I would definitely, if you're not, you know, taking the C and the D, you definitely want to add that to your arsenal. Okay, so then we have ImmuPro, which is a mixture of mushrooms. It has ningxia in there. It has zinc in there because zinc is very important. And it does, I mentioned before that it does have melatonin. It was a couple years ago, I was on Silver Retreat, and I probably get a cold every 7 years. And of course, the time that I'm away on the Silver Retreat, I had a cold. So at the farm, you can go into the store and purchase things. So I went in and got ImmuPro. I had never taken it before. I had no idea that it had melatonin in it. So I immediately took it, and I fell asleep like in the grass. And then I slept all the way back on the bus. So I'm warning you, it makes you sleepy.
Had you figured out that you had taken something with melatonin at that point or after?
I think it was on the bus because I was like, wow, I'm like ridiculously tired. And then I looked at the bottle. I was like, oh, and my friends, I was like, did you guys know there's melatonin in ImmuPro? And they're like, no. Well, now we know.
So weird. It makes you sleepy. And
yeah.
if you you're probably like, oh my word, I'm going to.
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. All right, inner defense. I take, even when I'm feeling fine, I take one a week, just as like a prophylactic to like protect my immune system. And when you are under the weather, you can take it, 1 to 3 times a day to really knock out whatever it is that's going on. It is like it's like super boost your immune system. It is a bunch of essential oils, everything that's in thieves, plus oregano. And oregano, we know, really helps to destroy foreign invaders. So inner defense is a great thing to have. It's not necessarily something that you're going to take all the time, every day. I don't recommend that. But it's really something that you need on hand if you do get sick. And I mentioned also that we need zinc and we need minerals. So mineral essence is a great one. It's not the best tasting supplement. Some people put it in their ningxia, but I won't ruin my ningxia that way. You could get capsules and put it in capsules and take it that way. I don't do that just because I'm lazy. But you can just take a squirt and then you quickly chase it with something else. But I notice the difference that when I'm taking it, my energy levels are better. I just feel better when I'm actually diligent with the mineral essence. And it has all kinds of things in there that, support your immune system. We need minerals. Our
Robin,
soil, yes.
Have you taken it in like a shot of water and then, because I know the K&B, I was trying to put the K&B in my mouth just straight and it was horrible. And then on the bottle it said to put it in a shot glass or whatever, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so much more palatable.
I'm gonna try that.
Is that
usually I just squirt it and then I drink the water, but I'm gonna try that.
I tried to make capsules of mineral essence, but you need too many. I mean, it's too many capsules to make, and so I was like, this is too hard. But I know I need it, and I need to get over the way that it tastes. Because honestly, like medicine that's good for us. I mean, I hate using the word medicine, but just because something doesn't taste good doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. So thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is that our soil is so depleted that none of us are getting enough minerals. Even like organic, clean food, there's still, our soil is missing minerals. So it's a really, really important one. And then there's the Thieves chest rub, which is really great for if you have a cough. It's like, it's like you use it topically you can use it all over your throat and your chest. It's a really great ointment to use if you have a cough or if you just feel like you need like a little extra breath going through your system. Speaking of breath, Breathe Again is great. So if you are having some respiratory congestion, that's a great one to have on hand as well. Okay, so this slide is really old, but it's all relevant. The only thing I would maybe add is the Raven. I happen to like Raven better than RC, but they're both amazing oils. ImmuPower is really, really superpowering your immune system. This you can use on the bottom of your feet because it is quite stinky. At least I think it is, but it's really helpful to support your immune system. Same with frankincense. Purification is great. You can use it topically, but you want to use a carrier. But it's also great to use in the room in the diffuser with thieves and purification to help clear out the room. Oregano is one of those oils that is super powerful. It's in that inner defense, but you can make your own capsules, and you definitely want to use a carrier in those capsules too, because oregano, I mean, if you just take whole oregano capsules, you probably could burn the lining in your stomach. It's that powerful. It's also great to help support, and if anybody has any yeast issues, oregano is a great one to do as well. We talked a little bit about the thieves already. RC is for respiratory congestion. Raven is also, that's why I would just add a little Raven over here. And lemon is just a great one to help to support your immune system as well. So I mentioned zinc before. Young Living doesn't make a separate zinc, but a lot of the supplements have zinc in it. So if you're looking to make sure that you're getting the zinc, we talked about some of these. So the ImmuPro and the Mineral Essence and the Super C, we talked about having that zinc in there. But some of these other supplements, which are great, actually have it in there as well. I think Wendy made an awesome post in Oil Geeks with the whole list of all the supplements that have the zinc and actually how much each one has. So, and what kind of zinc she put in there. So she really, really did a good job on that. So if you probably do a search and just put in zinc, and you can get a little bit more information on what kind of zinc is in each of those supplements. But if you're getting that Super C, the Mineral Essence, the ImmuPro, even the Master Formula would be a good combo for getting enough zinc. And I happen to love AminoWise, not just for muscular support, but also for the brain. It's just a side note because it's amino acids and our brain needs amino acids. So I actually use that regularly. I guess we need to do a brain class.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
We do need to do that. I think we should do it next.
Yeah. All right. So those are all the supplements, but we are so lucky because we all know how much everybody's using hand sanitizer these days. And like, if you read the ingredients in that conventional hand sanitizer, I know personally it makes me want to like vomit. And when I smell people using it, we know that many of those chemicals in those hand sanitizer are known carcinogens, and they can affect our neurology, our fertility, just not good stuff. But we are so lucky because Young Living makes a hand sanitizer that is totally safe and works just as well, if not better. So you can get the hand sanitizer, and the spray is amazing for any surfaces, doorknobs. I even, I will spray my steering wheel with it. Anywhere you're going, if you're going to be sitting down somewhere and you don't know who is sitting there before you, you could actually spray the seat. So those products are amazing. I don't think the Thieves wipes are in stock right now, but hopefully they will come back soon, and those are great. But you can make your own. I know that there's recipes on the Facebook page. You can maybe do DIY wipes and it'll come up. And you can really make your own wipes as well. So those are nice to have on hand too. And then our Thieves Cleaner. So when you're cleaning your house with our Thieves Natural Cleaner, not only are you cleaning the house, but you're actually supporting everybody's immune system at the same time because it has all the Thieves essential oils in there as well. In my office, I use a combination of rubbing alcohol with the Thieves because I have to, spray down tables, and I really need to be extra, extra careful. So that's pretty much what's in the Thieves spray. So I'm making giant bottles of Thieves spray by using the alcohol and the Thieves cleaner.
And Robin, that's what you use in your practice? Like you don't.
Yes. Yep. So you can buy any of those, like, virucidal, whatever the word is, cleaners that are so toxic. They make ones that aren't that toxic, but if you look at what's in them, it's either alcohol or peroxide. So I just buy gallons of rubbing alcohol, and then I mix it with the Thieves cleaner, and that's what I spray everything down with. Sometimes I add like lemon or peppermint, whatever I'm like in the mood for. just to kind of like spruce it up a little bit, makes it smell good. All right, I think that's about it. So I wanted to say that if there was anybody watching, because I know I opened this up to the public, so if there was anybody who was watching that doesn't have a Young Living account, and I know now you definitely want one, just make sure you reach out to the person that invited you, and they can help you get set up, because we have so many different ways to get started. This stuff is pretty amazing.
Thank you, Robin.
You're welcome.
Sitting here watching and listening to you, what's in my mind is, heck, this is all about staying well, prevention. And yes, we have tools once you follow that line and you're not well, but it's really a lifestyle, a commitment to making deposits in your health. And that's really a much better way to approach things than dealing with sickness.
Yeah, and you know, the human body is amazing. I mean, we have the ability to heal from anything. And when you are doing things to protect yourself before it's even a problem, when something does arise, your body has a better ability to deal with it because you are healthy and your nervous system and your immune system are healthy. And I've been in this game for, oh my God, been in practice 20 years. I can't believe that. And I've tried, you can imagine, I've tried thousands and thousands of products at this point, and I use the Young Living products. You know, there's maybe like one or two things that I take that are not from Young Living, but everything else is straight from Young Living. And then I get paid back in points to buy more stuff. So it's pretty amazing.
It is. All right. I'm so lucky to have you, and I just appreciate you taking the time to teach the rest of us who, you know, don't have this background in the body and wellness. And so thank you.
You're welcome. And you know, that's one of the reasons why I like to keep everything simple, because anybody could actually teach this class just the way I taught it, right? So you could share it with your friends and your family. There wasn't that much that, you know, we all can, not everybody can do. So.
Yeah, and those that want more science, heck, they can ask for you. Give them more science, but right. In layman's terms,
yes. Yes.
How am I going to use this tomorrow?
Right. Exactly.
Well, I want to thank you very much. I enjoyed it.
You're very welcome, Peter. Very welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Robin.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah. Stay well, everybody.
Bye.